Oh, good evening there, slimy fertilers, and yeah, Sunday boredom stream, as the title says. I am bored as fuck, and I just thought I'd do a stream. I'm going to invite a couple of people on. I'll send out the link in. I'll send out the link to people on Twitter, and hopefully get some people on, so I'm not just talking to myself, because I absolutely fucking hate talking to myself. Well, I don't really. I quite like talking to myself, because sometimes it's the only person you can get a decent conversation out of. So yeah, what's invite number one? Let's have a look who else is around. Oh, he might be around. Let's have a look, see what's going down. Yeah, I've for some strange reason, I woke up really early this morning, and I felt like shit ever since. I've woke up, gone back to sleep, woke up, gone back to sleep, and then I've just felt sluggish and tired all day, and I don't know why, and I just feel like a complete and utter fucking dead body. So who else we got? Yeah. Oh, let's see about. So I'm not talking. I'm just sending messages to people. That's all. I very much doubt anybody's watching at this point. And let's have a look here. What we got? How many viewers? One viewer, and that's probably me. Yeah. I can't see the chat either. I really do need to see the chat. Let's see the chat. Where are we? Capital punishment. Oh, fuck's sake. Never spell that. So yeah, I'm here now. I've got a nice big cup of coffee. I've got a delicious Yorkie bar, which Yorkies aren't for girls. And I've got a big bottle of Pepsi Max to keep me company. And I'm just hoping that we get some people come in and, you know, whatever. Don't know whether that'll happen. Yeah, there we go. All right, there's a few invites sent out. See if anything happens from that. Why is the chat not loading? For fuck's sakes. I can't see anything. Oh, I've got two viewers. Two glorious viewers. Hello, glorious viewers. I'll be able to see who you are if the chat would, you know, like, actually load. Thank fuck. Ah, Dylan Tilbrook. Hello, Dylan Tilbrook. What's going down in Funky Town? Ugh. Ugh. So, yeah, it's been a fucking miserable weekend here of me. I don't know. It's just done nothing but piss it down. Be grey all day, and I hate it when that happens, because whenever it goes all grey like that, it's like it just makes you feel like shit, and it does my fucking box in. It really does. I mean, I've been trying to find things to do. It's like you know, I tried watching a bit of the Sargon of Akkad versus the other guy stream this morning. I noticed that it was on last night and it went on for over 5 hours, but when I clicked on it, Sargon had gone, and it was just you know, Baked Alaska and stuff like that, and his mates chatting amongst themselves, and you know, put it off. But then I started watching it this morning. I think I managed to watch about the first 15 minutes of it, and then I had to switch it off because Sargon was just getting far too, I don't know, unlikable recently. I don't know if it's arrogance or ignorance, maybe a combination of both. I don't know, but it's just he seems to be getting more and more unlikable. I think the the whole thing about him, you know, being quite popular and then people paying to come and see him live. I think it's sort of gone to his head. You know, the fame's gone to his head a little bit, and he really does need to slow down. Oh, Lunar Horizon, hi, welcome to the chat. Hello, folks, all 2 of you. Who else we got? Let's have a look. Participants. Who we got in the participants? Nope, just us 3. Me, Dylan, and Luna. There we go. And none of my invites seem to have been responded to yet, which is a bit of shit. I don't know. So yeah, I'm just it's like Saga of Accounts gone. I'm going to say I noticed he's just uploaded this week's episode of This Week in Stupid. I haven't bothered watching it yet. To be honest, the past couple of weeks I haven't watched This Week in Stupid at all because I don't know. It's getting boring. It's like, it's nice that, you know, it comes up. I think it waffles on a bit too much. Yeah, sounds like a party. Yeah, party. What's that? I don't even know what parties are. I'll never get invited to parties because I'm a cunt. Let's have a look. Why? Oh, hang on. I'm just looking at the BBC website to see what shit they're coming up with this. Shit they're coming up with today. Why black people like me are refusing to be subplots. With a picture of Black Panther. As we all know, Black Panther film came out this week, and as we know, it's the very first film to feature black characters. That black people have never been in films before, and you know, it's the very first film to feature a black superhero because there've never ever been any black superheroes before ever, and you know, and the film was made and financed completely by black people. Everything to do with it's black, absolutely everything. And this is quite literally a racial, you know, a definitive racial moment for black people because, you know, more than anything else, more than anything else that's ever happened in the world, you know, beating the Nazis in World War II, going to the moon, things like that, nothing. Absolutely worthless compared to the Black Panther film. Which, as we all know, anybody with a thingy of common sense, an ounce of common sense, would know that that's a load of shit. So, you know, yeah, the Black Panther film, I've not seen it yet, and already all the stuff that's going on about it is it's putting me off seeing it because, for the simple fact, I mean, I don't go to the pictures anyway. I usually wait until it comes out on DVD. I don't like going to the pictures; it's far too expensive, and the idea of being sat in a small dark room with loads of strangers for 2 hours, you know, breathing in their farts, and you know, it smells sweaty and everything like that. That's not my ideal way of watching a film. I like to sit at home in my nice comfy chair and watch it, and then if I want, I can pause it and go for a piss and not miss anything, or I can spark a fag up while I'm watching it. You know, get myself a drink. You know, maybe have a bit of a wank if there's something worth fucking wanking over in the film. But yeah, it's probably a half decent film. It's, you know, I haven't had any complaints about the Marvel superheroes films so far, but there's too much fucking political stuff being tacked on to the release of this film. I mean, it was the other day, oh, the reason why the country of Wakanda is so beautiful is because it's never been colonized. Well, of course it's never been colonized because it doesn't fucking exist. That's why. You know, oh, it's all, you know, black culture. Everything there was brought about by the black people that lived there. It's like, well, you know, I bet you in the film there's people there that use guns and drive cars and probably use the internet and use electricity to power their televisions and stuff like that. That's cultural appropriation because white people invented all that stuff. So, yeah. So I don't know what the whole people I've got in the chat. What would anything you want me to talk about? You know, Dylan, Luna, anything at all would be great. Oh, you like MLP, Luna? My favourite is Pinkie Pie. I don't watch MLP. I don't watch MLP either. I don't see the point in MLP. Like bronies and shit. I don't fucking know. There's a few people I know who are bronies, and well, you know, what they have as hobbies is completely up to them. It's not something I'm interested in. Let's chill myself out streaming now. Oh, thank you, Facebook, for being completely fucking useless. Well, I've typed in streaming now, but for some reason Facebook decided to have a cough and then miss out some of the letters that I typed in, so it's chopped off the word. If I'd have just fucking hit what they call it, it'd made me look like a complete dick. Mind you, I'd make myself look like a complete fucking dick anyway, so. What's it like to take vacation away from people? Pretty good, I would have thought. So I've trying to keep myself entertained over the past couple of weeks. I sat and watched the entire 5 series of Falling Skies, which, if you don't know, is a science fiction TV series which was came from the mind of I think it was Steven Spielberg, or he's down as the executive producer anyway, and it's about Earth being invaded. Basically, think The Walking Dead, but with aliens instead of zombies. The first few series, for series 1, 2, and 3, are quite good. Series 4 gets a little bit melodramatic. Series 5 is basically the final series, but they just seem to rush it a little bit too much, and the final episode. The final episode is a mixture of, ooh, isn't that convenient, and what the fuck, no, that wouldn't happen, you know, kind of thing. But overall, it's not a bad series. Could have been better. They could have done the final episode properly. What's this here? There was an autistic boy that got bullied because he liked it. He hung himself. Luckily, he was found. Sadly, the lack of oxygen to the brain too long had left him with brain damage. Yep. Yeah, hanging yourself will give you brain damage, especially if you don't do it properly. If you, his favourite was Pinkie Pie. Yeah, but no, it's yeah. If you're gonna hang yourself, you'll if you get found, then chances are when you're found, you'll either have some form of extreme brain damage, or you'll be paralysed from the neck down. Is usually what happens. You know, if you feel the need to commit suicide, then, you know, make sure you do it properly. Not that I'm endorsing people commit suicide, although I wish some people fucking would. But yeah, suicide's a horrible thing, and when you get driven there, you know that. Yeah, I have autism too, and ADHD, and a bit of OCD. Oh dear, you fucking. You're almost as bad as me. I've got various things up with me that make my brain into a spastic brain, and it's not easy to go through, especially when you get all fucking normies and shit mouthing off at you. Oh, well, you know, you'd just feel better if you did this, you just feel better if you did that. It's like, it doesn't fucking work like that, I'm afraid. Yeah, I mean, it's like depression. You know, depression's caused by a chemical imbalance in the brain. You know, the various fucking hormones and chemicals and shit that slosh around in there that make your brain work. They get out of the correct proportions, and you end up, you end up feeling some form of depression. And you know, I was once recommended that to cure my depression was to get a shower, put some clothes on, go for a walk, then go to the pub and shoot a few rounds of pool. And it's like, yeah, that's not gonna change the chemical properties of my brain, you fucking muppet. So yeah, that's why I kind of like you, because we have things in common. I hope you don't like me with your body parts, because I don't swing that way. And I might come out with some fucked up shit sometimes with regards to that, but no, I do not. I do not swing that way. It's power top only, I'm afraid. Ugh. Yeah, we've still not got anybody responded to the invites I've slung out. Nope, Nope, nobody at all. Mind you, stuff like this always happens when I do streams. I decide to do streams at the, like just off the cuff, and people tend not to come. I mean, what, it's 5 to 8, 5 to 8 here at the moment. I don't know whereabouts in the world anybody who's listening to this is, but sometimes, it's like I do a stream and people don't turn up because they're busy having their dinner or whatever, or they're somewhere else in the world and don't even know that I'm awake, kind of thing. So that's what I say. It's if I'm going to do this as a regular thing on Sundays, I might as well, like set it up and invite people on and things like that, and try and find something to talk about. Because this Sunday and last Sunday, I was bored shitless. There was literally nothing at all to do. There was nothing on telly. There was nothing interesting happening in the world. There was nothing. There was literally nothing to talk about, and I think that's one of the things that's getting the whole kind of YouTube streaming thing is people are running out of things to talk about, and so that's why we're getting a lot of drama and stuff at the minute, because it's everything that needs to be said has been said already, and there's just nothing left for real proper discussion. I mean, there are topics that can be discussed quite easily. The problem is finding people to discuss them with, and or in some cases, people who will discuss it with you in an adult manner. So I don't know. Yeah. So let's have a look at. Let's have a look and see what's going off in the news. I know there's still more moaning about Donald Trump and stuff. I mean, the Winter Olympics have started this week, and I pay absolutely no attention to the fucking Olympics whatsoever. But I've already seen things like, stuff popping up about, like, oh, the Koreans snub the Americans and things like that, and childish. Road PC and hot foot something, isn't it? Now I'm just looking at the Winter Olympics, and it's just the standard stuff that the BBC puts out about, things that's been going off and stuff like that. Uncle charged with stab girls, murder. The end of dead models, in fact, what the fuck? A fashion photographer in LA asks why female models pose like dead bodies or sexual objects in magazines. Well, how do you... I get what the meaning. The meaning basically, why do you have models like laid down on the floor and stuff like that? Yeah, fair enough. I can understand what the meaning there, like dead bodies. But the thing is, the idea of having a female model is that she looks attractive. Well, the idea of having any model is that they look attractive. So to say like sexual objects, well, all models are sexual objects because they're there to be looked at to evoke some sort of reaction in the person that's observing them. And the vast majority of the time, the model that is there to look attractive in order to sell some sort of clothing product. I very much doubt, well, there's some people that probably would, but I very much doubt that you'd sell many clothing products if, like, you had, I don't know, Kate Moss sat with the trousers around her ankles having a shit in a bush or something, That probably wouldn't appeal to the majority of consumers, but some people would like it. There's no denying that. Some people would like models to do that. There we go. I don't pay attention to the Olympics either. CNN puff piece on North Korea was a pathetic thing to witness. I think anything that CNN puts out these days is a complete waste of fucking time. They were thoroughly discredited in the run-up to the election where Donald Trump became president. They came out with all sorts of random crap. And they earned the moniker Clinton News Network for doing it, and since then they've consistently just carried on moaning because Hillary didn't win, and literally anything that comes up that can somehow spin to blame on Donald Trump or blame on the current government or whatever, they just blow it up out of all portion. It's not journalism anymore. It's just literally like a gossiping circle. You know, people, they get together and go, right, what can we say about so and so today? Well, you know, this, that, so we can say this and make it look like he's done this. And yeah, but yeah, true. Even BuzzFeed call them out on it. Yeah, yeah. I can't say that I've ever seen anything. I mean, I've got. Sorry, I'm unwrapping my Yorkie bar at the minute. I need some sugar because my blood sugar is dropping low. I can fucking feel it. Yeah, I mean, I've got CNN on my newsfeed on Twitter, and it's literally everything that pops up. It's just like, that's not even news. That's bullshit. That's not news. You know, why are you reporting on shit like that? You know, the idea of news is supposed to keep you up to date on current events. And, you know, if I wanted to know about the secret lives of fucking, you know, film stars or whatever, then that's not news. That's just celebrity gossip, and it belongs in, you know, within the pages of magazines like OK or Hello magazine, stuff like that. For people that's interested in that, I'm interested in reading news, you know, about things, not celebrity gossip. We've got this thing here with the controversy that's going on with regards to Oxfam at the minute in this country. Oxfam is a charity organisation based in the UK who for quite a long time have just gone around the world and, you know, helping people when there's been disaster and stuff like that. And the current controversy stems from 2011, where they went to, you know, where some of their aid workers went to Haiti after there was a hurricane there. And during their stay there, some of the aid workers, you know, paid for sex with local prostitutes. And Oxfam knew about it. And, you know, basically they've condemned the practice because they're saying, you know, you're exploiting people. And it comes amidst the fact that Oxfam receives cash, you know, cash donations from the government to assist with aid work. And, you know, obviously the government doesn't want Oxfam or representatives of Oxfam spending that money on, you know, basically having sex with local prostitutes, some of whom, you know, maybe, you know, underage or something like that, or some, you know, people who are, well, 2011, hurricane hits your country, Haiti's a shithole anyway, and, you know, your house that's made out of sticks gets blown away or whatever, along with your possessions. You need money, you need food, and some aid worker comes up and says, I'll give you 10p if you suck my cock. You know, if 10p buys you something to eat, then they'll quite happily take it. But, you know, the aid worker shouldn't be doing things like that. You know, the aid workers shouldn't be doing things like that. But then again, it you know, to say that they're not allowed to, you know, to be human, you know, having sex is a human need. Dylan, the Olympics are being held in Korea, which is really interesting because oh, sorry, I'm just delicious Yorkie chocolate. Oh yeah. Chocolatey. Yeah, the Olympics have been held in well, was it Pyongyang? I think it is. But the entire country's hosting them, so both North and South Korea together. And the North Koreans have basically seized on it to, you know, as like a PR exercise. You know, North Korea is saying, you know, look how peaceful we are, look how civilized we are, stuff like that. When, you know, we all know it's a load of bollocks. Yeah, United Korea teams, yeah. They are, you know, and already there's been people, you know, congratulating the North Koreans for taking a stand against Donald Trump and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, well, when you live in a country where the dictator of the country likes, his favorite method of execution is to shoot people with a fucking anti-aircraft gun. It's like, oh yeah, they're so civilized, they're so peaceful. It's you know, anybody that says, you know, off the back of these Olympics that, you know, North Korea should be left alone, they're such a peaceful and civilized. No, they're not. It's just all spit and polish put on for the cameras to try and make it look like nothing's wrong. You know, they're dindoos basically. Have another piece of York. Oh, so lovely. Yeah, that's what it basically is. Yeah, Cheero Gulag. Yeah, that's what it literally is. It's if I mean they had the part of the opening ceremony. They had, what was it, a team of North Korean dancers who basically performed a dance routine completely synchronized, absolutely completely synchronized. None of them put a foot out of place. And you have to wonder how many months have they been trained, and basically I wonder how many the team started off as, because people who didn't pick it up know like they were ejected from the team and probably killed or something. Knowing North Korea, it's like, you have failed to please the god, the god emperor, so you must die, which wouldn't surprise me in the slightest, given that Kim Jong-un is he's a despotic tyrant is probably the best way of describing it. It's like, I can't remember what I said the other night. It's as if an 8-year-old has been given ultimate power over the world, and if anything displeases him, they get sent to the cornfield. Like that episode of The Twilight Zone. Oh, delicious Yorkie chocolate. Oh, it's not for girls. It's like a milk chocolate brick. But yeah. So the Olympics are going on and on. Nobody's particularly interested in it. Well, some people will be. Some people will be interested. It's still you bastard. Oh, I've still got a couple of chunks left to go. Yeah, so you're gonna be. Oh yeah. Oh, delish. Oh, so smooth. Oh, it's like my taste buds are on fire. Oh, so smooth and chocolatey. Yeah. But yeah, it's Team GB. I've just done a tweet here. Has it set your alarm clocks for something? It's at Ski Tilly 3 and at Amy Fuller in action for Great Britain at Pyeongchang 2018. Radar Day 3 pre. No, you're all right. It's Yorkie Bar. It's it's one of these. Hang on a second. Let me just fiddle around with that. My ugly mug. I'll switch the camera on in a second. Why is it not working? There. Yeah. Oh. Yorkie Original. Very nice chocolate bar. Very nice chocolate bar. Oh, I really enjoyed that. It was really nice. My blood sugar's perking up again now, so. Swallow that down with some nice coffee. Oh, yes. So, yeah, so it's, like I said, that's it. That's it, really, for news from, say, is it milk chocolate? Yes, it's milk chocolate. You can get basically, as far as I know at the moment, you can get Yorkie bars in 3 different varieties. You've got the original version, which is milk chocolate. There's also raisin and biscuit, which has pieces of raisin and biscuit in it. And then you also get a protein version, which is, I've seen the protein version of the Mars bar, which is basically for people, that's trying to do workouts and stuff like that, and muscle building and whatever. Where it's, you've got your chocolate, and then you've got something in there that puts protein in you to burn off, and then help you get big muscles and whatever, and try and look a bit like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I've never had one of the protein ones because I've never seen one. Like I say, I've seen protein Mars bars, but never protein Yorkies. But I do know they make them. They used to do them in all different flavors. There's been all sorts of different flavors of Yorkies. But it's the Yorkie original and the Yorkie biscuit and raisin that seem to endure. Nobody seems to like it when they do different flavors. But that's probably because they the chocolate bar is aimed at consumption by men, and men don't like change. But yeah, Yorkie bars. Well, I don't know where you live, Dylan, but Yorkie bars have been around since the sort of early 70s, mainly in the UK. They have an association with truck drivers because the initial advertising campaign, when it was trying to aim the product at men, you know, a chocolate bar for men, used a series of adverts where the men in the adverts were doing typically male jobs like truck drivers, and then in the 80s they had a series of adverts with builders, you know, bricklayers and stuff like that in it. And it's you know, it's sort of an in-joke in this country that all truck drivers, you know, all truck drivers eat Yorkie bars. Something there was. I live in Perth, Western Australia. Oh, nice one. Always want to go to Australia. The only problem is the heat there would kill me. I'm one of those people, I don't do very well in heat at all. I don't go anywhere on holiday anyway because I can never fucking afford it. And well, I don't have a passport, so I can't leave the country. But I don't particularly like places where it's red hot. But Australia is nice though. I've always wanted to go there, Perth, and check out Perth and Sydney and stuff like that. You know, the bits along the bottom, not the top bit, the tropical part of it. You know, in the top right hand corner where you have all the nasty snakes and the crocodiles and stuff like that. I don't particularly want to go somewhere that I'll get killed. Autumn and winter is a good time to come then. Yeah, your winter is our summer, isn't it? Because everything's backwards there. Is that right? You have Christmas in summer, and yeah, it's our summer is your winter, I think, or something like that. I can't fucking remember. But yeah, it's Australia is one of the few places. I mean, it's like I say, I watch like Independent Man, Suit Yourself, and Bearing, Sugar Tits, and all stuff like that, and you know, and Gary Awesome. And it's Australia does look like a really nice place. Well, it should be a nice place. I mean, it did start off as a British penal colony, so you know, it's from what I remember somebody saying once, it's like Australia is roughly at the same cultural level as what Britain was during the 70s, you know, sort of 70s, early 80s. But then, you know, then again, when I hear about all this stuff, like about, you know, fucking all the gender politics stuff that's crept in over the past few years, I kind of doubt that. You know, it's like, you know, back in the sort of late 70s, early 80s kind of thing, you know, people could still have a laugh and carry on about, you know, what colour your skin was, and, you know, you could still slap a woman's ass for a laugh and things like that. Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, it's when you go below the equator, everything switches round. Even the plugs, water goes down the plugs in the opposite direction there. Yeah. So yeah, but that's what I say. Australia would be nice. I've always wanted to try and do that, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. I don't think I'm going to get there now. I'm getting on a bit, and I've never got any fucking money, so you know, a trip to Australia, unless I'm going to be winning the lottery or something, I think a trip to Australia is right off the table. Yeah, in summer now. Yeah, it's winter. Well, it can't decide whether it wants to be winter or still autumn, because one minute it's freezing cold and then it's not so cold anymore. It gets quite warm and sunny. It's a pain in the arse. I wish it could just decide what it was doing. I mean, it's like for the past 2 nights, at night it's been so cold, we've had layers of frost over everything. It keeps attempting to snow, but it fails miserably. You know, might get some snowflakes come down, but then they melt as soon as they hit the ground. Or we did actually have some snow settle the other week, and that hung around for about 10 minutes before it melted, which was crap. You know, we haven't had any proper snow for a while. But then again, I'm living somewhere different to where I've lived for most of my life, so I don't know whether they get snow properly settled around here. But where I used to live, when it used to snow, we would get, you know, if it snowed and snowed properly, we'd get a couple of feet of snow, maybe 12 to 18 inches. I remember one year it started snowing about 4 o'clock at night, sometime around about the end of November. It started snowing and didn't pack in, and the snow didn't all melt and go away until sometime around about the end of January. It just snowed on and off for the entire season. It snows on the southeastern states. Yeah, because that's the bit near the South Pole, isn't it? It's cooler down that end. Well, I would expect it to be cooler. I know the top end of Australia. That's the really hot bit, isn't it? Because that's close to the equator, and then you've got the bit in the middle there nobody goes because it's just sand and rock. Yeah, so let's have a look. So let's go back in there. Let's have a look. Yeah, literally no further news. No further news on behalf from the BBC, not about good old Blighty anyway, or nothing of particular interest. I do know today that there's been a plane crash in Russia when a airliner went down and 71 people have died because of the crash. Nobody survived. I have no idea what that was. Oh, I've got a message. Got a massage. Oh, massage from Atema the Hun. I sent her a link, see if she wanted to come, and she says, I can't keep my connection, even on my phone today. Sorry, I really want to join in too. No worries. Absolutely no worries. It's I know where you're coming from there. It's the signal, the internet around here is dodgy as fuck. Most of the day Saturday. Most of the day Saturday around here. I mean, we on average speed pull is about, I don't know, about 3 to 4 meg, I think. Where we used to live, we were getting like 15, but for some reason around here you can only get about 3 meg. And most of the day Saturday, the internet was barely working. Although that said, there was a telephone engineer came out the other week, and we've got a inspection thing outside my house. You know, where the telephone lines go, and I noticed he got it open when I went to collect the bin from out front, and when I looked, there was about 8 inches of water in the bottom of it, and he was fishing the cable box out of the water. So that probably explains why we get dodgy internet around here at times. That New Zealand. I can't say I've ever thought about New Zealand. I know that there's a lot of I know you've got all the Maoris and stuff like that out there. I'd quite like to go out and have a look at some Maori-related stuff in New Zealand. I know that's where they filmed all the Lord of the Rings films, but I couldn't care fucking less about Lord of the Rings films. I do know it does look really nice. Some parts of it are really nice and untouched, you know, unspoiled. Yeah, New Zealand's somewhere that's all right. Yeah, I'll stick on my list of places I want to go, but will more than likely never get to. Same with like Japan. I've always wanted to go to Japan, never been. Always want to go to the US as well, but I've never been because, you know, I can't afford it. It's I don't know. I don't know. It's just I'm not sure whether I'd want to go to America at the moment. You know, with all the shit that's happening there and everything. You know, and it's like they said that. I mean, it's probably a massive exaggeration, but when they say like, you know, if you go to New York and stuff like that, you know, you're probably going to get mugged or stabbed or whatever. But I think it's just like a lot of places. It's if you go to certain dodgy areas, you won't be able to, you know, you won't be guaranteed safety, sort of thing. You know, I know there's places like that in every country though. You can't help it really. So I don't know, but yeah. And I've been watching Lauren Southern's videos about South Africa as well, and what's going off there with regards to white people in South Africa. I can't say it surprises me at all that basically white people are being oppressed, victimized, and killed by the powers that be, or people are getting killed, and you know, the police and the government are turning a blind eye to it. It really doesn't surprise me at all. There's been quite a few things that's, you know, apart from the stuff Warren Sutton's done, there's been quite a few things that's been done on telly where it's showing you the state of places like Johannesburg and things like that, which are, you know, sort of gangland areas and things like that. It's like I say, you get that everywhere. It's just, I think in places like Johannesburg and it's much more prevalent. People can, you know, it's right there in front of you on the street, you know, sort of thing. Whereas if you go somewhere like, you know, in this country, I don't know, like London, stuff like that, there's areas there that are basically run by, you know, gangs and stuff, but they tend not to advertise it that much, apart from the, you know, 10 bob gangsters that, you know, in the council estates and stuff like that, that you have to know that, you know, they're the boss and, you know, whatnot. Yuck. But yeah, let's have a look here. We've got some more rude pictures on Twitter. US and UK government websites infected with crypto mining malware. Something to do with Bitcoin. I know Bitcoin's been going down the pan recently. But yes, Luna, it's not racist if it happens to white people, apparently. Because, as we all know, only white people can be racist, which is a load of shit. Same thing happened in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe had the same thing happen with the government promising people that, well, it was the ZANU-PF people under Robert Mugabe promised that if they were elected, they'd take back all the land off the white farmers and redistribute it to the poor people in Zimbabwe, the black people. Except the ZANU-PF people did it a lot quicker and more brutally. But South Africa seems to be playing the long game on it. I think it's a case of they're trying to force the white people out rather than, they're trying to force them out, by other means. Like I say, like the video with the woman who's, it was his dad, I think it was dad who was killed. Somebody came to the farm, tried to, basically, wanted to break in to steal money and stuff from the farm, shot her dad in front of her, and he died, and there was basically little that the police could do or were willing to do about it. As far as I know, that where it said there, the guy who did it was never caught, and he killed somebody just to steal, a small amount of money, some small pocket change, and like that. Oh yeah, you talked about Haiti earlier. The USA helped rebuild Haiti 3 times last century. Yes, they did. Yeah, they certainly did. USA has put a lot of money into Haiti, and every time they do, the people there do indeed just revert back to, I don't know, word savage apply, really. I don't know, savagery, whatever, uncivilized behavior or something. But yeah, turned into a shithole. It's not a very nice country to live in. I mean, so there, the GDP of fucking Haiti is something like 700 quid a year. Compare that to the United States, which makes billions upon billions a year. When something has such a low GDP like that, I don't know how they dare even consider themselves a country. It's more just like a. They would be probably better. To be honest, Haiti would probably be a lot better off if they just disbanded their government and just allowed the people to do what they want. To run like a kind of anarchist system. At least then people will be able to help themselves and defend themselves without. Without having somebody else coming breathing down the neck and stuff. That's not going to happen though, because those in power, will be, if they did that, then they wouldn't be able to cream off the fat of the land, kind of thing. Because I bet you the people that's in charge of Haiti don't miss meals very often. Yeah, so that's it. It's fucking. Absolutely fucking nothing else to talk about. There is nothing else going off. It's fucking weird. Such a big world we live in, and such a marvelous invention like the internet. And on a Sunday, it just gets to the point where there's literally nothing there to talk about. And being as I haven't had anybody respond to the invites, they must all be busy or something like that. I don't think I'm going to be getting any guests on. Well, it's either they've not responded to the invites or they're just being ignorant and going like, oh, I'm not going on a fucking stream with him. But then again, it's like I say, I just randomly do streams. I just pop up, I just think, fuck it, I'll do a stream, to fill the time in. I've done it before in the early hours of the morning, and I don't schedule these things, which I'm toying with the idea of doing one every Sunday just to talk about random stuff. And might be good. It just fills a few hours sort of on a early hours of Sunday evening, sorry, just to see, let's have a look. Just looking at my local news, and what the hell? He wants me to register an account to look at my local news. Fuck's sakes, how fucking Nazi-esque is that? Just looking there, apparently bus services have been cancelled due to incident with passengers. I bet you that's some fucking stupid chav getting a knife out again. No, won't let me read it until I sign in. Well, fuck you then. I won't bother reading your fucking paper ever again. Why have a fucking website with your news on it, and then say, oh yeah, but you can't read it unless you give us your personal information and stuff like that, your fucking login details. Well, no, fuck off. What's that? What's that? I have 3 people watching and 3 upvotes, so you're doing something right. Well, yeah, 3 watching, 3 upvotes. That's nice. Would have been nice to have some guests on. What's this? Episode did a review of the book Thump, a really cool book about Trump and America. Only it's about rabbit. What the fuck? How fucking thing is? I don't know. I haven't seen Viper pop up in my what they call it. I mean, this is one of the things about YouTube. I've not been watching much of YouTube recently. You know, the regular crowd, because I just got bored of, you know, just bored of what the topics that were on show. A lot of people I noticed have stopped doing videos. Now, it's like I say, I haven't seen anything that Sinatra done for a while, but apparently his channel had been placed in restricted mode or something like that. Haven't seen anything that Viper's done. That hasn't popped up, and I'm sub to her, so I don't know why that hasn't popped up. The only things I see keep him popping up with any regularity, stuff like Bearing and, you know, well, I say Sargon, but Sargon tends not to thingy anymore. He tends not to. He tends to do videos on, was it Thinkery? And half the time, that's something else about Sargon. It's I've got whereas I can't watch when he does videos about stuff, and they go on too long, and he just sounds. I can remember back in the days when Sargon used to do actual videos that were funny. You know, he'd make snidey little comments about people and stuff like that. You know, there was genuine entertainment in there. But now it's just, you know, Sargon is just doing long videos where he just drones on, he repeats himself constantly. And, you know, you can just tell that he's brimming with, like I say, a combination of ignorance and arrogance. I think it's like I said earlier, I think his fame's gone to his head, and he's now getting to the point where he's completely unwatchable. But yeah, the thing there, yeah, it's mostly live streams. Somebody told me the other day that something to do with the number of live streams has ramped up because it's something to do with the algorithm. Basically, people trying to top up their viewing time. So if you do a 2-hour stream or something like that, and people watch it from the beginning, that's 2 hours times the number of people that watch it. You know, so if you get 6 people watching a 2-hour stream, that's 12 hours worth of view on your channel. And when I know it's in the saying there that in order to get, you know, whatever status, you know, like monetization or something, you have to have like 4,000 hours of views or something like that, 4,000 hours worth of views. Then yeah, streams are a good way of topping your views up. But I keep hearing a lot about, you know, like all the Kumite and stuff like that. I've never watched it. I hear lots and stuff about it, but I never watch it because whenever it's on live, you see, when I'm watching live streams, I prefer to watch them live, not, you know, a couple of hours later. I tried watching the Sargon one last night when it was live. Couldn't watch it because for some reason I couldn't get on. Then when I started trying to watch it this morning, it's after 15 minutes, Sargon had just rubbed me up the wrong way. I couldn't be asked watching the rest of it. But yeah, Sargon's losing it. He's taking petty internet arguments way too seriously. He is, yeah. And he seems to be under the rather bizarre impression that he's like some sort of religious cult leader, or cult leader at least. If he really does think that he can make some sort of difference, which I you know, some of the stuff that he's said in the past, some of the stuff that he says, yes, I do agree with. I would expect Sargon to do something like stand for election. So that, you need 1K subs and 4K watch hours per month to get monetization. Now, yeah, I know I'm a long way off 1K subs and a very, very long way off 4K watch hours. I can understand why YouTube's done that because, you know, when they were giving monetization out to anybody just for the sake of it, I mean, it's like I say, my channel used to be monetized, and I didn't ask for it to be monetized. It just got monetized one day. I don't know why, because I wasn't really pulling in that many people, even back in the days when I was doing just Transformers and toy reviews and stuff. But let's have a look. But 4,000 watch hours per month, yeah, that's what I said. I think that's why a lot of people's doing streams, because streams are a lot easier to do than videos, because obviously videos you have to shoot footage, edit it, spend hours editing, and then put it on and hope that, you know, people keep watching it. But oh, hello, Ataku Solo 90. Have you got any new purchases lately? Yes, I have. I recently got a Star Wars, Force Awakens, First Order Snowspeeder. I got that cheap. Well, this week anyway. This is what I've got this week. I got a couple of Star Wars figures. I got Director Krennic and another classic classic era Stormtrooper. I got a few more Hot Wheels and stuff like that. But other than that, I haven't made any kind of major purchases. I just haven't got the money for it at the moment. That's like I said, the last major thing I got was the TIE Silencer, which like I said, I did a review on. It's a nice bit of kit. It's currently hung here above my head, just sort of hanging there in the air, looking menacing. Along with my other TIE fighter as well. My TIE fighter, a TIE bomber, TIE striker, and TIE interceptor, all just hanging above my head, looking menacing. Did get a few bits at Christmas. But no, other than that, I haven't really bought anything new. Oh, I tell a lie. I did get a Transformers Titans Return Astro Train the other week. This is the thing. This is why it's worth waiting for stuff to till it's. You don't buy it straight away. You give it a couple of months. I mean, it's like the Astro Train I got for £8 from Tesco when it was £18. Or even more than that. I think 25 in places like Toys R Us and stuff like that. The Snowspeeder, £5 from Home Bargains, and then the Hot Wheels was all £1 each and stuff like that. I've had a couple of purchases of eBay as well that I'm waiting to turn up, a few more sort of Matchbox Hot Wheels cars. There's a couple of figures I'm looking to buy, but it's like I say, at the moment I haven't got the money for it, so I'll just have to wait and try and build some money up again, and then maybe I'll be able to buy something more substantial kind of thing. So yeah, that's so yeah. But yeah, just going back to the whole thing about live streams and subs and stuff like that. It's like I say, doing live streams is a lot easier on creators, especially the big creators who need to be keeping people coming in. I mean, especially those people whose job it is, because it's now become a job to doing YouTube. It's, if you want to be successful, you've got to keep the work up, and I think some of them don't seem to appreciate that sometimes. I mean, I've seen quite a few people come and go over the years who have tried to make money off YouTube, and they've talked a good game, but they've not played it. They've tried to they've tried to big up their channels and stuff like that, but then they make maybe one video a week and stuff like that, and then that video is only a couple of minutes long and stuff, and isn't very good. I think that's one of the reasons why you get the like compilation channels. I mean, I've been watching a few compilation channels over the past week or stuff with related to cars and stuff like that. People having accidents and road rage, and people like stupid boy racers and stuff doing things and crashing and everything like that. Channels like that can rake in loads, because basically all you've got to do is find the source material and stitch it together. You could stitch something together in Windows Movie Maker and upload it. It won't take very long to upload, and you could bang out a video every day, just doing that, and then people still watch it. But let's have a look there. Oh, what we got? I missed a question here from Dylan. Do you watch Styx, Hex, and Hammer 666? No. I think I have subbed him, but like I say, I haven't seen anything pop. See, the problem is when something pops up in my feed. I mean, if I go and have a look at my YouTube subscription feed, I need to clean my subscriptions feed out, because there's quite a lot of people on there that don't bother doing anything anymore. I'll just go here, look, click on my subscriptions feed, and what have I got on there? It's having to think about it. It's having to think. I've noticed for some strange reason, whenever I click on my subscriptions feed, it seems to take absolutely fucking ages to load it. And it's not actually loading my fucking subscriptions feed. Why? Why are you being like this, YouTube? Stop it. Maybe I'm using too much of my own bandwidth. This is the problem I have here as well with the slow internet. It's slow bandwidth. I'm clicking on the subscriptions thing to look at my subs list, see if anybody's done any videos, and it's just sat here doing nothing. So I don't know. Not even scrolling. Oh, here we go. Right, subscriptions list popped up, and what have I got? I've got at the moment Milo Yiannopoulos is streaming, as is V. Milo Yiannopoulos is just doing his Super Milo Sunday stream. I did watch a bit of it earlier. It's like watching paint dry. I've got V talking with some people, I don't know who, about the Sargon of Akkad versus Anglin discussion. Not interested in watching that. I've got a guy called the Collector 75 who's just uploaded a video, Transformers G1 Mega Pretender Thunderwing, which I might watch later because I've never seen that toy, so it'd be interesting there. I've got Jorg Sprave, who is his video is the Scatterbo Coolest Archery Invention of 2018. I might watch that later. The Liberty Hound has uploaded a couple of videos just with clips of Tucker Carlson's news reports. I've got a couple of ASMR channels that they've uploaded because I do like to listen to ASMR, except this one here, ASMR Magic. ASMR 20 plus task cam triggers for sleep and tingles, no talking, and it's 3.5 hours long. No, I won't be listening to that. That's too long, I'm afraid. It's nice when they do long videos like that. It's nice to show they're putting the effort in, but 3.5 hours for an ASMR video is way too long. Curious Droids uploaded a video called Nuclear Rockets for Mars and Beyond, so I'll watch that later. Then after that, I've got the This Week in Stupid from Song, which I'm just not going to bother watching. And Bearing uploaded one earlier, which I started watching, got bored halfway through. Feminism, Leaving No Attractive Women Employed, which is by Voltaire's Ghost, which is undoubtedly a video about the grid girls thing that's been over and done with for a week now. Nothing, you know, they've sacked all these women and put them out of work, and feminists are happy about it because those evil, attractive women that they don't like and are jealous of don't have a job anymore. But yeah, that's it. I mean, that's all the videos that's really been uploaded today on channels that I watch. It's like I say, I'm going to have to clean it out there. What's this? Hashtag Spoon Clank? The fuck's a hashtag Spoon Clank? Is that something to do with Stick, Sex and Hammer, I take it? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. It's like I say, I'm going to have a clean out of my YouTube because, like I say, I've got quite a lot of people on my subs list that don't make content anymore. So it makes going through my subs list quite hard. I mean, I must be sub to about fucking 300-400 people. Empowering women by making them unemployed. Indeed, that's what's happened with the poor old. Well, it's not only grid girls; it's the walk-on girls for professional darts, and they've gone after ring and octagon girls, you know, for boxing, wrestling, and UFC because they're basically they're attractive women getting paid because they're attractive, and feminists don't like that because, you know, people aren't particularly interested in looking at dumpy potato-shaped women that look like a bulldog chewing a wasp. Doesn't matter how many times you colour your hair, your hair colour is not what makes you attractive. It's how you present yourself, both. It's how you present yourself both physically and mentally. If you're a nasty, you can be the most gorgeous woman in the world and you can still be a nasty bitch. You know, the only time anybody's going to find you attractive is just basically when they want to fuck you. That's it. That's what happened. You know, it's, you know, I've known quite a lot of women who aren't considered to be, you know, classically attractive. You know, physically, they're not physically beautiful, if you know what I mean, but they were extremely attractive because they you know, they were smart, they were funny, they were interesting, they weren't bitchy, they weren't bitchy, they weren't backstabby, they weren't out to try and, you know, get money and stuff like that. They weren't trying to push anything on anybody. And you know, it's like I say, it's a shame that you have, you know, these feminists come along and they're, you know, they basically act out their catty jealousy on people. You know, they project a lot of their problems onto other people and then hold them responsible for it. It's wrong. You know, I mean, they've had some of the grid girls on TV for the past, you know, fortnight or so, doing the rounds on, you know, daytime TV, talking about their, you know, well, it's not fair that I've lost my job now just because you're jealous of me, and that's all it boils down to. They, you know, if a woman chooses to do that and receives payment for it, that's her prerogative. You know, it's like I say, and there is a lot of discrimination in the thingy industry, and you can understand why. It's, you know, you don't get a job in a sports shop if you weigh 20 stone and you have to stop to sit down every 2 minutes because you're out of breath. You know, that doesn't look good in a sports shop. You're not presenting the kind of image that they want. But I know how the feminists haven't cottoned onto that one yet, but I bet you they will do soon. It's, I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. I'm running out of things to talk about now. I really am. Like I say, no news, nothing exciting happening on Twitter. Haven't seen anything nice pop up on Twitter to talk about. I mean, we've got here, bud. What's this? BuzzFeed News. PSA: Kim Jong-un's sister is not your new fave shade queen. She's a garbage monster. What the hell is wrong with you people? By Julia Reinstein, BuzzFeed News reporter. Oh, good, this one here, The Telegraph. Winter Olympics, Kim Jong-un's army of beauties, sexism propaganda and the divergence of two careers. Decked out in scarlet tracksuits and woolly hats, North Korea's chirpy but robotically synchronized cheerleaders make a vigorous debut over the Winter Olympics opening ceremony. Oh dear. Ataku Solo, do you still watch Justin Riley Dennis even though he's a dickhead? No, I do not. I've had enough of Justin Dennis and his antics. It's literally every video he makes. When I've sat and watched it, it actually doesn't. That's not just, you know, in character, you know, for doing the piss take videos. That's not in character getting pissed off with him. I actually do get pissed off watching everything. It's Justin. You know, Justin Dennis is one of those people that I could quite happily, you know, just fucking punch him if I ever clapped eyes on him. You know, I do have him on my Twitter, and I really shouldn't, because he really fucking annoys me. It's literally every post he makes on Twitter as well annoys the fuck out of me. And especially when he starts posting pictures of himself in a fucking dress, trying to say, oh, don't I look pretty? No, you don't. He looks like a fucking skinny teenage boy with knobbly knees and a face like a fucking horse. It's like I've said before, Justin Dennis went from being a fairly ugly man to being an absolutely fucking hideous woman, quote unquote. And I still refuse to call him by his stage name either, because if we want me to call him by stage name, maybe he should start thinking about what he says before he fucking says it, because it's literally every time he opens his mouth, it's just, quite honestly, it's just verbal diarrhea coming out of his fucking mouth. You know, it's every video that he does, every post he does on Facebook. Not Facebook, on Twitter. It's literally, when I read it, it's like I can already, before I finish the first fucking sentence, I've already thought of, you know, half a dozen things he's got wrong, or half a dozen things that are fucking stupid. I'm starting to get riled up now because I'm actually sat here thinking about Justin fucking Dennis. Oh, calm down. But yeah, I haven't turned my camera on because one of the things I'm trying to do is I don't know if you're wondering, I put my camera on earlier to show the Yorkie and then switched it back off again. I've noticed that whenever I've got my camera on, it takes up more bandwidth, so the stream starts to freak out. You know, I get stuttering and cutouts and things like that. So it's a lot easier if I just use it for sound-only transmission, if you know what I mean. It's oh, a nice cool breeze coming in the window. Oh, the heating in this house is weird. in this room, it gets absolutely red hot. It's like a fucking oven in here most of the time. But downstairs, it's the exact opposite. It's the heating comes on, it gets a little bit warm, but not warm enough. So when it gets unbearably hot in here, I open the window and then I keep getting these lovely cool breezes coming in from outside. It's really nice. Yeah. So anything else? Anybody? Any questions? Anybody else wants to ask while I've got the time? English. My brain started waking up a bit now. I think it's. I think I needed to get my blood sugar up. It's that Yorkie bar served a purpose. Yorkie chocolate. We've got your participants. Oh, come to this. I've only got 2 watching. What the hell? So has Dylan and Luna gone then, or am I talking to myself? Probably. Yeah, I don't know. Oh. Oh, what else have we got? Oh, the TV series Altered Carbon. I've been hearing a lot of good things about that. I haven't watched any of it yet. Hopefully, I'll be able to get to watch it at some point. I did see an advert for it the other day, and it looks awfully reminiscent of Blade Runner, or the visuals of it look awfully reminiscent. But hello, Looney, you're not dead. Yeah, I'm saying it looks awfully reminiscent of Blade Runner, and the kind of story synopsis I've read is it's along similar lines as Blade Runner. It does look really interesting. So like I say, I hope I'll get around to watching it at some point. And I think I'll be pleasantly surprised. I think it'll be a good series. There's apparently a new Lost in Space TV series coming as well, which debuts on, I don't know, it's Netflix, I think. It's either Netflix or Amazon, probably Netflix, sometime in May, I believe. Apparently they've changed. Dr. Smith is now female, but other than that, I'm not entirely sure what's happening. Apparently the robot's a bit more panicky, so that's something I'm looking forward to. I'm seeing 4 watching on my screen. Well, I've just looked at the thing, participants. It said that there was only me here, so I don't know what's happening there. Mind you, it's YouTube. They're allowed to fuck up, because that's all they can do is just fuck up. It can't even keep an eye on how many people are fucking watching. Mind you, it's like I say, a lot of people's complained about when they were looking at their viewing figures on the videos, and they noticed that they'd taken a massive drop in views and stuff like that. So I don't think YouTube's keeping an eye on the viewers system thing is terribly good. Oh, Luna, you've just followed me on Twitter. Thank you. I shall follow you back. There you go. Boop. There we go. Just followed you back. So there we are. Oh, yeah, all Batman and stuff like that. In fact, hang on, let me see if I can send Batman let's see if I can send Batman a what they call it, see if he's available to come and stream. Who else we got? Let's see who else we got. And the male Madcat, nothing, Magog, Thrax. Nope, I can't see anybody else on that list. I'm just randomly going around now, sending random things out to people, see if any of them turn up for the streamage. Probably they won't, because they've probably just looked and seen it's me and gone, oh, fuck that shit. Yeah, that's what I say. I'm not terribly popular. Not terribly popular, but then again, it's not a popularity contest. I don't care. I really don't care whether I get popular or not. It's like the whole YouTube thing. I've always done the YouTube thing just purely for a hobby. I've never expected to make any money off the back of it. I've never expected to become famous off the back of it. I have had people who I don't know recognize me in the street. Yeah, I've never had people. Well, I've had people recognise me in the street off YouTube, and that was this. I'm going to Digicon 4 this year, mainly to see Knowlesy. It'll be my first time in Doncaster. I might be doing Digicon this year. I don't know. I usually go there as a volunteer, but unfortunately, my health and disabilities have realistically prevented me from doing that anymore. I was there last year. And I spent all day in the company of Dan Green and Eric Stewart, while they were doing the Yu-Gi-Oh, meeting Yu-Gi-Oh fans and signing autographs and stuff like that. I was there with them all last year, and I made sure I got plenty of painkillers and my anxiety and my medication there, so that I could take it. And I was pretty much okay during the day, but then when it got to the day after and everything like that, I was a complete wreck, a lot of pain, and mentally not altogether in the right place. But it was a fun day, very fun day, apart from one incident that happened shortly before I was leaving. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that. There was something that went off that pissed me off no end. So I know, but it's like I say, I seriously can't do that this year. So I don't know. I know it's when is it coming up, the Digicon. It's in the next couple of weeks. It's like if I'm going, I better get a ticket, answer. But then again, it's like I say, I need money for that. Anything else? Anybody want? What's just looking at Lunar Horizons Twitter, just thingy Luna. Oh, she's from. Yeah, that's where you're from. Oh, see, that's what I say. I don't know any other YouTubers that are from around here. Everybody always seems to be, you know, either down south or west coast. There's nobody sort of Yorkshire area. Nobody in Doncaster where I fucking live. And what the hell's no, she's pimping out my stream, and it's send help lol Sunday boredom stream. Yeah, just look at there. Think who else can I send invites to? Let's see if Viper wants to come. I don't know. I'll send her a message, see if Viper's about. See, it's the wrong time for sending messages to, you know, like Americans and stuff like that, because depending where they are, it's, you know, it could be you know, morning, afternoon. No, I can't send messages to Viper. Oh well. He doesn't trust people enough to get messages from them. Mind you, she probably don't want people sending pictures of the cock and stuff. Cancer. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to say Digicon is quite fun. Now, there was Doncaster Comic Con on yesterday, from what I understand. I didn't even know about it. I didn't go, obviously, because I didn't know about it. I do know a couple of people that went, and they said it were all right, but it went really good. I do think that in some cases, there's the whole kind of convention thing is getting a little bit oversaturated. You know, there's conventions, you know, happening all the time. And while it's nice that finally something like that is going off, I do think that there are a few too many, and some of the bigger ones really do know how to charge. It really does annoy me when you see, you know, like a day ticket for a convention, you know, being, you know, 100 quid nearly, or more than 100 quid just to go for one day. And effectively, you're paying to go and stand inside, I don't know, a fucking convention centre or an auditorium or the, you know, a sports centre or something like that, and your ticket buys you entry, and that's it. You know, then if you want autographs and stuff like that, you have to pay extra for them and stuff. That to me is just wrong. But then I can see, I know how much stuff costs, you know. You know, it's like hiring the NEC for the day isn't cheap. But then again, it's like I say, I think charging loads and loads of money for stuff like that is taking the piss a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. So anything else? Anything else? Anything at all? Dead air. I really hate dead air. What I say when I'm struggling to fucking think of something to talk about, it's a pain in the ass, you know, fucking dead air and everything. Don't know what she's about, but we'll send her a message. There we go. No, that's a vid. I don't even know what that is. Oh, fucking been sending the link out to the fucking, what they call it, shit. I sent messages to a couple of people in the last few minutes, and instead of sending link to the Hangout, I've been sending them a link to the video. They think I'm fucking trying to pimp my own video out by spamming them. Oh dear, that's not a good thing. Oh dear, oh dear. I've got no idea how long I've been going on now. I'd say at least an hour or something like that. I was planning on doing another retro gameplay thing. I did do one at Christmas. So you see, the problem was at Christmas, quite a lot of personal business went off, and I wasn't able to really do anything. I did film a retro game let's play sort of thing, and because of all the stuff that was happening, I got pissed off with it and just deleted it. I didn't upload. Well, I started editing it, and then I just got pissed off and just thought, fuck it, I can't be bothered. Why should I? And I'm going to try and do that. I attended TF Nation last year, and I got a lot of. I don't go to TF Nation. I used to go to Auto Assembly, but something tells me I'm. Well, I've said this before when I've said I'm not welcome at TF Nation. As far as the management are concerned, I am welcome at TF Nation. However, the social aspect of TF Nation, I more than likely would not be welcomed with open arms, being as that there's quite a few people that's there that I've had words with in the past, who basically have come spouting, your social justice snowflakey bollocks, and I've had words with them because it's like I say, I cannot stand it when people start coming out with bullshit like that. So something tells me if I did go to TF Nation, it just really wouldn't be worth the bother. I wouldn't enjoy it because I wouldn't get to indulge in the kind of social aspect of it as much as I would like to. And I will probably end up getting into arguments with people. And when I'm going for a day out somewhere, I don't want to end up in fucking arguments with people. I don't travel very well anymore. I used to just be able to, hop on train, go down to Birmingham, check in the hotel, and then spend, 4 or 5 days just hanging around the hotel for Auto Assembly and then doing what I wanted, in between. I can't do that anymore. I more than likely wouldn't be able to travel. I certainly would not be able to lump a heavy bag or suitcase or whatever onto the train and drag it around Birmingham anymore. So I think that particular thing, going away for conventions and stuff like that, is something that's something that I've had to completely cut out of my life. I can only really go to kind of local things. And even then, it's a bit of a struggle for me, having to watch what I'm doing, so I don't hurt myself, not going overboard on spending money, stuff like that, because I can't afford to spend loads of money anymore. Making sure that I don't put myself into a situation where I'm going to have a spacker attack and start freaking out and going for people or getting into arguments with people and losing my temper and stuff like that. Because trust me, the very last thing you want me to do is lose my temper, because I'm not one of those people. I have a lot of patience, and I have a really good amount of personal control, if you know what I mean. Personal controls. I can rein in the red mist and everything like that, but it's just on some occasions there's some people that really, really do fucking grind my gears, and you tend to one of the Digicons, there was a bit of trouble with some cosplayers, basically teenage cosplayers bitching at each other, in a childlike fashion. That was really fucking awful. A couple of people I've met through going to conventions and stuff like that. Been friends on Facebook with them, ending up in arguments with them because they haven't got a clue about how the world works and things like that. They really don't know how the world works, and they don't like it when the truth comes calling, and hard reality hits them. It's not nice, and then you end up falling out with people who otherwise you've got no gripe with them. You can it's like one of the things I do is I can agree to disagree with people. There's some people that I know that I don't agree with on a lot of things, but as a person they are all right, and I continue to talk to them. Can have debates and stuff with them, and I live and let live. But there's a lot of people, increasingly more so these days, that you can't do that with. If you say something that disagrees with something they agree with, you know, if you enter into a disagreement with somebody about anything, they immediately, you know, because you disagree with them on one or more points of something, then they just fucking go ape shit on you. And you know, it's very childish. It's extremely childish and ridiculous. You know, reality is problematic these days. Yes, it is. Yes, it's problematic for people that aren't just given what they want 100% of the time. That, well, they seem to feel that they're entitled to, you know, have everything given and everything. And unfortunately, when reality, you know, when reality comes and bursts that little bubble, they aren't emotionally set up to handle it. They have no capacity for thinking outside the box. They're not able to think on their feet. They're not able to understand that stuff doesn't, you know, stuff doesn't have to work like how they want to. You know, it's like I say, it's, you know, and we're all eating the shit sandwich, and, you know, we're all out there eating the shit sandwich, and, you know, you've got to take a bite of it every so often, and what you do with that bite is entirely up to you. What's this one there? Oh, I'm going to say he's talking about Styx, Hex, and Hammer. He's just one of his tweets has just popped up on there, but I have no idea what it is that he's talking about. So, what's this one? Miss Steam. Miss Steam's about, and I've just sent her a link to join the fucking Hangout. She needs to, like, click on the link and join the Hangout. I haven't spoke to her in ages. And you're problematic. You need to check your Pikachu privilege. I wish I had some fucking Pikachu privilege, I tell you. I'll tell you something, if I had half the privilege I'm supposed to, I wouldn't be sat here, you know, fucking bored on a Sunday afternoon. And I wouldn't be as poor as what I am. The only Pikachu privilege I've got, really, is that I'm still alive, just. And even that, you know, even being alive isn't much of a fucking thing to shout about anymore. Yeah. Yeah, so, what else there? Oh, have I got? Oh, no, it's not. Thought I got a message on Twitter, then I thought maybe somebody would be doing that. What's it? Why is a man among men? Oh my god, Anita Sarkeesian has started playing Dungeons and Dragons. Holy fucking shit. How long do you reckon it's going to be before she starts fucking saying about that being problematic and sexist? Even though in Dungeons and Dragons, your character and all the character flaws are entirely created by you. There is nothing at all. There's nothing at all prejudice about it whatsoever. It's a fantasy game set in a fantasy world, so the only hang-ups that appear in the game is stuff that you bring to the table with you. But no doubt she'll find something to complain about. Put a picture of herself up holding some D20s, and the D20s look really nice, and she's got some matching nail polish for it as well, which that's quite a nice colour. I'd like to get to whatever that colour is and paint one of my Hot Wheels in that same colour. It's really, yeah, it looks really nice. I have to try and do that. Another thing she's... Oh, no, she's not ruined it yet. But there's absolutely no fucking doubt that she'll be doing it. I mean, bloody hell, there's people moaning about Warhammer 40,000 being sexist and stuff like that. So, you know, this is what they do. They infiltrate, you know, they infiltrate and destroy from within. It's a pain in the arse. I bet you she'll start saying shit like, you know, D20s are sexist because they're sort of ball-shaped. And as we know, balls are the symbol of man or something. Need to have, like, vagina-shaped dice or something. Oh, God. In fact, it won't surprise me if for the number 1 she doesn't, you know, like, alter the fucking dice so that it's, instead of number 1, it's like a fucking fanny slit or something. No, it's I mean, I don't do RPGs. I have very little interest in RPGs. I don't like RPGs at all. I prefer tabletop wargaming. I used to be quite an avid player of Warhammer 40,000 back in the day until Games Workshop basically ruined it by getting greedy. I have a couple of armies. I've got a British and a German army for bolt action. I don't get to play bolt action these days at all because the place where the game shop where I used to play it closed down, and no other game shop that's in the area supports bolt action. There's a shop that sells bolt action figures and vehicles and rule books and stuff, but they don't have a gaming area that can be properly used. And the other game shops in the area are more based around sort of card games and that. I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh anymore either. I haven't picked up any Yu-Gi-Oh related stuff for months now, talking about 6 months. Something else I used to really enjoy that I don't get to do anymore, so arse. But apparently I was talking to somebody the other week and they said that the Yu-Gi-Oh has died off since they introduced the Link Summon mechanic, which basically has nerfed the game. No, I don't play Bakugan. I'm not even sure what Bakugan is, to be honest, but no, I don't play Bakugan. It's not something that's there. I play grown-ups games. It's I don't know, the whole gaming scene around here has died a death, really. And meh. If it's something that happens, it happens. People don't want to play games and stuff anymore. That's fine. It's just a shame when it does happen, though. Especially, the people used to get fun out of it. I mean, it's like I say, Bolt Action Night used to be on a Wednesday, and loads of us would turn up and we'd get games going and everything, and we used to have a lot of fun. And I don't know why, but now it's nowhere's willing to. Well, none of the game shops are willing to do it. Mind you, it's probably because you have to have like terrain and everything, and stay away from video games, bitches. Stay away from my safe space. They've already done the video games one, mate. They've already had a go at video games. They were largely successful, but in many ways unsuccessful. I mean, video games wise, I've been playing through Bayonetta. Completed it on normal mode the other day. Tried playing a bit of it on hard mode, but I wasn't in the zone for playing games at the time. So I think I managed to do the first 2 levels, and then I just got a bit bored of it. So that's the problem. It's like complete a game, and then I go to do a playthrough of the game on a harder difficulty straight away, and I get bored of it. And I shouldn't do that, really, because it's just like I've just spent ages playing through a game, and now I'm going to do it again. And I need to get some more games. I mean, this one thing's there. Xbox 360 games now cheap as fuck. I can get 2 or 3 decent games for a tenner. So that's where I've been doing pretty much. Except the pickings are getting rather thin every time I seem to go into the like places like Granger Games or Game and stuff like that. All they seem to have is like just endless copies of fucking FIFA 2013 and etc. And all the stuff, the fucking Lego Star Wars, Lego Batman, which I'm not interested in. Call of Duty by the ton when I've already got all of the Call of Duty games. Assassin's Creed games, I've already got all of them. I'm looking. I've got a list of games that I'm looking for, and Bayonetta was on the list, and I did manage to get Bayonetta just after Christmas cheap. But there's things like I want to get Lollipop Chainsaw. I want to get Brutal Legend. I want to get Velvet Assassin. Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3, I think I've been looking for ages. And I just cannot find copies of games that I want anywhere. Anyhow, how were they successful? Things will just end up changing back. The feminist thing of Gamergate was that they have forced a lot of their stuff, like, for example, like, oh god, what is it? Is it Overwatch or whatever, the first-person shooter thing that's quite popular, cartoony one? They forced them to introduce characters for no reason, like the fat bird and stuff like that. They force, like video games companies to start using quotas and things to have, female designers or whatever on teams, based just on the fact that they have vagina, not because they're any good at designing games. They have achieved some of their objectives, but not all of them. Some of the games companies have kowtowed to them, like Blizzard's kowtowed to their demands. But it's things will end up going back to how they were. It's I think anyway. I hope anyway. Games will be made. Just because people want to make them, have a good idea for something, and they make a game, and then if it's good, people buy it. If it's not, then people won't buy it. That's how it should be. Yeah, exactly. That's what people are doing. That was the whole point of Gamergate. The people who actually buy the game saying, "Look, we're sick of fucking having fake reviews, people saying games are good when they're not, they're a pile of shit and stuff like that." That's all it started off at, but then it's like I say, it got blown out of proportion and got turned into a sexist thing because Zoe Quinn couldn't keep her knickers on, and then for some reason the fucking, what they call her, the really ugly one that's a transsexual, I think it is. I can't even remember her fucking name. It's been that long since they've been relevant. Brianna Wu, that's it. She decided to insert herself in there somehow, even though nobody had ever heard of her before, and now she's running for fucking Congress or something. I don't fucking know. Tell you something, it's anybody who votes for Brianna Wu to be, an MP or whatever the equivalent is, Congress person or representative or something. Whoever votes for them should be should have the right to vote removed. Because it is quite literally wasting your fucking vote on on an idiot. A lot of people go into politics, especially I've noticed with the American political system, even more so than the British political system. A lot of people go into politics just because of the tremendous money and power that they get, not because they want to actually do something. They go into it because they know that they will gain fame and fortune, basically, for doing it. It doesn't matter whether their campaigns are, their if they do get voted in, if their their time in government or time in power is particularly good, they can trade off that for the rest of their lives. I mean, let's face it, Brianna Wu is well, she's a mediocre games designer, anyway. So she's got to try and keep that Patreon money and stuff coming in. Because she needs to buy herself a new motorbike and stuff like that, like she did with the last lot of money she had. And but they will be forced to change back. Yes, the market usually shows people the way. You show the way. If people don't want to buy games that are crap, then they won't. It just depends on whether they continue doing the whole fucking thingy. The remastered Bayonetta 1 and 2 is out in the next couple of weeks. I play on Wii U. I don't own a Wii U. I do not want to own a Wii U. I still have an Xbox 360. I haven't even got an Xbox One or Xbox One X or whatever they're up to now. I still don't have one of those. I wouldn't mind one. So people want to donate money to me, I've got a PayPal link that you can donate money to me for, and I will use that money to buy an Xbox One with. I can pick up an Xbox One for about, I don't know, maybe about somewhere in the region of about 100 quid. Maybe 100 quid with some games, something like that. I can easily get my hands on one. The problem is having money to spend on it, that's all. But you see, this is the problem. Is I've got Bayonetta for the 360, but then like Bayonetta 2 and all stuff like that didn't come out on the 360. It came out on, Wii and Wii U and stuff like that. I can't even believe that they still use the name fucking Wii for the consoles. It's stupid. But so I'll not get to play Bayonetta 2 because I'm not interested in buying any of Nintendo's products. The last Nintendo product I owned was an original Nintendo Wii, and I played on it. I played Zelda, I played Metroid, and I played the Wii Sports thing that came with it, and I just was not impressed at all. It wasn't a console for gaming on. It was, I don't know what it was. It certainly didn't feel like I wasn't having fun playing any of the games. But the Wii did end up having a surprise success in the form of the, you know, all the like Wii Fit stuff. I mean, it was like I was saying with Igor on Ren's podcast, Ren's stream the other night. You know, the Nintendo Wii did have a surprise success in the form of the Wii Sports stuff, you know, the Wii Fit stuff, you know, the balance board and the exercise programs. And the Wii would have been more successful if they'd spun that off into its own product. I agree with Igor on that fact. It would have been more successful. And they'd probably still be selling Wii-based consoles now, you know, actual Nintendo Wii instead of Wii U and Switch. I'd forgot about the Switch, to be honest. But I'm not interested in owning any Nintendo products. I think they've got to the point where they're not really making games consoles anymore. They're just selling gimmicks, and you know, it's what I call it. Still on my 360, use it regularly, waiting for games to download on my Xbox One's opinion. I used to have Xbox Gold. I haven't had Xbox Gold for over a year now, and I used to like that they give away, you know, full free games. You know, like Forza Horizon is an awesome game that was free on you know. Xbox Gold. I used to love playing World of Tanks, which you can only play if you've got Xbox Gold. But I just didn't see the point in paying for it anymore. I didn't have any money at the time my Xbox Gold ran out. I've moved house since. I didn't see the point in setting it up because I didn't know what the internet was going to be like at my new house, and I don't see the point in setting it up now. The Xbox 360 is far too old now, really, to bother with. You know, to bother with the Xbox Gold things. I mean, I know that they still run it because when I switch my Xbox on, it's you know, it still comes up about games with gold and things like that, which has some stuff in. But I'm not. Yeah, but yeah, Nintendo 2DS. Haven't used it in months. Yeah, I had an original Nintendo Game Boy. I got it and then hardly played it, got rid of it, and then a few years later I got a Nintendo Pocket, which I was using to play the original Pokemon Red and Blue on. I hardly put that down. I don't think I had any other games for it. Well, I did have a few other games for it, but they hardly got played. Then I switched over to the Game Boy Advance, and I used to use that for loads of games. There was loads of games on that I loved, and then I got rid of it, and I haven't had a handheld console since. I don't really need to. I don't really need to have a handheld console anymore. I don't see the point in them. I have some games on my phone, but I hardly bother playing them because half the time I can't get my hands to it properly to play the damn things. But yeah, it's Xbox One is shit. Having to wait an entire day of 24 hours some things to download and update. Yeah, you get that no matter which console you've got with some of them. I mean, it's like I say. The last time I updated World of Tanks, and we're talking, you know, over a year ago now, it took all afternoon just to download and install the update patches for that. And that was back at my old house where I had really, really fast internet. So I dread to think what would happen if I tried updating it here. But yeah, get with the times on the fuckers, get the latest consoles. Well, yeah, I'm going to say, if you want to open your wallet, Dylan, I can post my my PayPal link, and you can donate some money to that so I can go and buy an Xbox One or something. You know, I've got other things to spend money on than consoles at the minute. Like I say, I'll buy everything I get cheap. I wait around until it gets cheaper than what it is. It's you know, I'd love to get whatever comes out next after they're finished with the Xbox One. I'd love to get a brand new one of them. But I just know damn well that it doesn't matter how much money I save and put away and whatever, I'll never have enough to get it, or something will happen that needs paying for, and I'll have to use my fucking mattress money to pay for whatever else happens. Paid in the fucking arse. But anyways, I'll just put my follow me. I think that's my PayPal link. If you want to drop me a few quid, feel free. Click and donate. as much or as little as you want. Anything I get through my PayPal is received with thanks. You know, I'm poor. I mean, this is the thing. It's the state says that I am too disabled to work. I can't get a job, and I do agree with them. I wouldn't be able to handle working now. I've got far too many things wrong with me to be able to go out and do a proper job. But if you know, but on the other hand, I get sick money because I'm not able to work. But I'm not allowed to get disability money because even though I'm too disabled to work, I'm not entitled to disability money because apparently being disabled doesn't affect my life. Yeah, get your head around that one. I don't know. I've got, you know, bloody letters and things from consultants at the hospital when I go to the hospital to speak to them about my various conditions, and you say that to them, they say that that's not enough evidence or whatever to show that you've done it, that you're disabled. It's pathetic. It's one of the things that really pisses me off. So anything else anybody wants to ask? Anything else? I'm just having a flick around, see what's see if I've had any messages or anything come through, or anybody saying anything, being as that sent out links, but nobody at all. Mind you, I say I've sent out links, I probably haven't. I've probably sent people links to watch the video instead of links to hang out. That thing there. No, I'm going to say two other people that I've sent links to are still posting on Twitter. No response from them saying, you know, no thanks, not tonight or whatever. Rather ignorant, that, I think. Rather rude. Time's it now? 9:30. Well, if nobody else has got any questions to ask, or I've run out of things to say or talk about for the time being, I think we'll bring it to a close then. So thank you to Luna, Dylan, and Otaku Solo for watching. I don't know if anybody else has watched in the meantime, but you know, thank you for being there with me on this Sunday Boredom. I think I might do this as a regular thing, and I might schedule it up in advance so that people can see it's there, and maybe, you know, I might get some people on. I don't know whether I'll get anybody on. I don't know. Depends who can be asked to bother turning up. So yeah, thanks a lot. And oh, hang on. Attack Solo, are you getting back into Transformers? Nope. I am severely disappointed with the Transformers range as a whole, as it's got recently. There's very little comes out these days that tickles my fancy, and when it does come out, it's usually too expensive and I can't afford it. Even the deluxe figures are now 20 quid, nearly a piece, so I have to wait until they turn up in places like B&M or Home Bargains or something before I can even consider buying them. So like I say, I got Astro Train from Tesco's for £8 the other week. So there we go. Yeah, anyway, so I haven't played PlayStation since my PS2 code broke in 2018. Oh well, never mind. So yeah, I was wrapping up because there's not really much else to discuss. So yes, I will probably see you again next Sunday if I make this a regular thing. So thank you for all the people who've been watching, and well, see you next week probably, maybe, I don't know, possibly. Bye bye.